Good morning, Whitney.
I'm Macy Rivera.
And I'm Brian Tsai.
And we've got a great show for you all today.
So let's go through this week's news in a whirl.
So, first off, Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump has announced that he would like to ban all Muslims from entering the United States of America. So let's turn it over to Jaime Rivas to see what other people have to say about this.
Thanks, Macy. So Donald Trump saying that he will ban absolutely all Muslims has caused many people to come out against him. Even within the Republican Party, seems to be universally against Donald Trump, something that which they never do to one of their own. Here we have Paul Ryan, Speaker of the House, who is Republican, speaking out against Donald Trump.
What was proposed yesterday is not what this party stands for, and more importantly, it's not what this country stands for. Not only are there many Muslims serving in our armed forces, dying for this country, there are Muslims serving right here in the House, working every day to uphold and to defend the Constitution. Some of our best and biggest allies in this struggle and fight against radical Islamic terror are Muslims, the vast, 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 vast majority of whom are peaceful, who believe in pluralism, freedom, democracy, individual rights.
Well, you gotta hand it to Old MacDonald. He sure was able to get Republicans to defend Muslims. I never thought we'd see today. I really never thought we'd see today. And it's not just Republicans who are against Trump. Here we see multiple people voice their own opinions on the internet. Let's have a look. Dr. Craig says, what do Hitler and Trump have in common? Racism, deportations, IDs, secured the border, purified the nation, surveillance, and special camps. Now, while the similarities between Trump and Hitler are there, we're not really interested in that, are we? I think we have a better interest. Let's see who had the better hairstyle, Trump or Hitler? You decide. Here we see Dr. Nurlove say, I'm not worried about a Trump presidency. I'm more worried about the politicians who are learning that pure hate is a winning strategy. Well, if I know anything about the internet, it's that pure hate's always the winning strategy. And here we have one of my favorite book writers, J.K. Rowling, say, how horrible. Voldemort was nowhere near as bad. Well, I know that Voldemort was the Dark Lord, but under the situation of the new upcoming movie, I think Donald Trump will make a better Dark Lord in this. We also have some people so pissed off that they're planning on trumping the Trump. Well, if things doesn't change, then we can expect to see Donald Trump to get banned from every area in America. And if that occurs, then I promise that I will build a wall between Donald Trump and America, and I will make Donald Trump pay for it by using his hotels as a form of a wall, and I will make America great again.
Thank you, Jaime. It's good to know some people in the world are trying to fight for our brain cells.
As you can tell, folks, we love to put a little bit more sense into the nation. Now, live at Whitney High School is Julian Perchincula.
Money was never a big motivation for me, except as a way to keep score.
Donald Trump.
Right you are. The wall will go up and Mexico will start behaving.
That's Donald Trump for sure.
Yes, I've never seen a thin person drinking Diet Coke.
I'm not sure if that's Trump.
Yep, it's Trump. The U.S. cannot allow Ebola-infected people back. People that go to faraway places to help are great, but they must pay for the consequences.
Donald Trump.
Correct. My fingers are long and beautiful, as it has been well documented, as various other parts of my body.
That can't be Trump.
That's Trump. Well, sir, who would you vote for your next president? Mickey Mouse or Donald Trump?
The mouse.
The beauty of me is that I'm very rich.
Donald Trump?
Correct. Do you mind if I sit back a little bit? Because your breath smells really bad. Trump. Indeed. So, what would you do if Trump became our next American president?
I would get on a boat and sail to another island.
Wise choice. It turns out all these wise words of wisdom came from Donald Trump, running to become our next president. Back to you, Brycey.
Thank you, Julian, for sharing with us the wise words of Trump.
Yes, so reassuring and comforting. Almost as comforting as that suicide vest that Julian is wearing. Oh, Brian, what a world would be if Trump was president.
You know, I thought I'd never say this, but I'd rather do my civics homework than get paid to wear that ugly vest.
Hey, Brian, don't worry. If Donald Trump gets elected, then there's sure be hell to pay.
Okay, let's take it to Sabrina DeGock with some news on Ben Carson.
Thanks, Brian. So last Thursday, we witnessed on national television Ben Carson's mispronunciation of Hamas, the name of the Palestinian militant organization that has been on the U.S. State Department list of foreign terrorist organizations. Hamas, having a background of many homicides, was a garlicky issue for Carson during the forum. At least we know that Carson has many options in store for this Israeli-Palestinian conflict, and that is to serve the people some pita bread. Although Americans won't be content with Carson's intelligence in foreign policy, we know that the plate of the mashed chickpea spread and some pretzels will keep the stomachs happy. Now back to you, Brycey.
Gotta love those pretzels, Sabrina. In other news, a K-pop group, Oh My Girl, has been flown back to South Korea after LA officials thought they might be sex workers. The 8 members were traveling to America for an album cover shoot, but were detained for 15 hours by TSA after going through their costumes and props.
WM Entertainment is trying to figure out whether this detention was legal. The pop music industry in South Korea has been heavily criticized for its intense training of its young participants.
Sounds like we should do more to share our American values with Koreans regarding public school dress codes and for teenage girls.
Yes. Don't even dare think about wearing open-toed shoes because it's just the first step of becoming a whore.
Open-toed shoes? What are leggings?
Even people from other nations are afraid to travel America with just the thought of dealing with the TSA and Americans in general. You know, the increase in security has been such a topic, whether it has to do with mass shootings or terrorism or the problems with firearms.
A few months back, a woman with a concealed pistol license fired multiple shots at a shoplifter in the parking lot of Home Depot. Police confirmed that the woman nor anyone else was being directly threatened by the shoplifter.
She recently vowed Wednesday that she will never help anyone again. According to the Associated Press, in court she made the decision in a split second. She said, "I try to help and I learned my lesson, that I will never help anyone again."
Poor reckless lady. No one knows the heavy load and pressure of trying to be kind.
Now everyone's trying to enforce gun control and heavy surveillance. This.
On that note, since it's the season of giving, stop giving or you'll end up in jail. Well, that concludes our show for today. We'll see you next time on The Week
In a World.